Lick and make me reach my snake. Lick them.
Welcome to Bed Life Lessons, where we share stories, life experiences, and learn while being entertained. Today is Friday, so we will be having a series of Freaky Friday stories. This is our first Freaky Friday story. Hopefully, you guys will enjoy it, learn from it, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to help the channel to grow. In a township called Khayelitsha in Cape Town, South Africa, there was a very popular tavern. Every weekend, from Thursday all the way to Sunday, people flocked there. Young adults loved to go there. Even older people who refused to admit their age would show up. But there was one strict rule: men were not allowed to enter wearing caps. Nobody explained why. Nobody asked. In this township, there was a young man named John. John had stopped drinking alcohol and was happy with his sobriety. He did not want to be around drinks. He did not want to tempt himself. But his friends, Tabo and Lerato, were insisting that they should go to the tavern. Come on, John, just one night. You don't have to drink. Eventually, John agreed. He made a promise to himself: no matter what, I will not drink.
Yeah! Let's go!
Cheers! When they got to the tavern, the music was loud. The air smelled of sweat and beer. John distracted himself by dancing with his friends. He bought a Coca-Cola and sipped it while moving to the beat. A smile came down his face. For a moment, everything felt normal. Then everything changed. As John was dancing, he noticed something strange. The people around him started moving slower and slower until finally everybody froze. Every single person in the tavern stopped moving. They stood like statues. The DJ was frozen with his hands in the air. The music stopped. The only person who could still move was John. His instinct told him to stop. Stop moving. Pretend to be frozen too. He did not understand why, but he obeyed. He stood completely still. Only his eyeballs moved, looking around, trying to understand what was happening. Then he saw the owner of the tavern coming down the stairs, and with the owner was a huge snake.
Lick and make me reach my snake. Lick them.
The snake was so big it did not touch the ground. It slithered and floated in the air like it was flying on invisible wings, but it had no wings. It was just floating. The snake went around the room, looking at the frozen people. It would stop in front of someone, then lick them on the head. John watched in horror as the snake licked Tabo, then it licked Lerato, then it licked a strange woman standing nearby. After licking 3 people, the snake turned and went back to the owner. The owner walked up the stairs. The door closed behind them. The moment the door shut, everything went back to normal. Music exploded. People danced again. Laughter filled the air. Nobody acted like anything had happened. John grabbed Tabo and Lerato. Did you see that? Did you see the snake? It licked you, both of you. Tabo and Lerato looked at him like he was crazy. What snake? We were dancing the whole time. No! You were frozen. Everyone was frozen. John, shut up. There was no snake. We were never frozen. Are you drunk? Are you high? I'm not drunk. I only drank Coca-Cola. But nobody listened. Tabo and Lerato laughed and walked away. John stood there, heart pounding. He knew what he had seen, but no one would believe him, so he let it go. But his heart did not forget. Around 3 a.m., the tavern began to close. People poured outside. John stood with Tabo and Lerato waiting for an Uber. Then, out of nowhere, a huge truck came. It ran over a woman. She died instantly. Blood everywhere. People screamed and ran. Chaos filled the street. John looked at the woman's face. It was the stranger, the one the snake had licked. The accident caused a traffic jam. John's Uber could not get through, so John cancelled it, and the group walked to a place with no traffic. They called another Uber. It came on time. John was the first one to be dropped off because his house was the closest. Tabo, Lerato, and one other friend continued in the Uber. John went inside, lay on his bed, and tried to forget the snake, but he could not stop thinking about it. About 20 minutes later, his phone rang. It was Tabo. "John," Tabo said, voice shaking, "we had an accident. We had a car accident. Lerato is dead." John's blood went cold. Lerato! The snake had licked Lerato. Now John understood. The strange woman licked by a snake, dead by a truck. Lerato, licked by the snake, dead by a car accident. 2 people licked by a snake. 2 people dead. But the snake had licked 3 people. That meant Tabo was still alive. John immediately called Tabo. "Please, bro," John said. "Go straight home. Do not mess around. Be careful. I saw you being licked by the snake. I saw Lerato being licked by the snake. I saw the woman who died. She was licked too. You are the only one still alive. Please be careful." Tabo was already shaking from the car accident. He got frustrated. "Why are you scaring me? I am already scared enough. Don't scare me." Then he hung up. John dropped the phone and prayed Tabo would be safe. John could not sleep. When the sun began to rise, he finally fell asleep. Less than 1 hour later, he was woken by a knock at the door. It was the mother of Tabo. Her face was wet with tears. "My son is dead," she said. "He was found stabbed to death at his gate, at his own gate." John sat in silence. That was the 3rd person the snake had licked. Tabo, Lerato, the strange women. All 3 were dead. Later, John's grandmother told him something he would never forget. "That tavern is popular for a reason," she said. "It depends on human sacrifice. That is why they have the rule about caps. The snake must see clearly when it chooses who to lick. A cap would block its view." She held John's hand. "Many African businesses thrive because of dark magic. Sometimes we overlook the silly rules that they put in place. But those rules are deeper than they seem." She looked into his eyes. "So be careful, my child. Be prayerful before you enter any place. Otherwise, your life might be sacrificed to sustain other people's wealth." John never went back to that tavern again, and every time he hears about a new tavern or a club with a strange rule, especially one about caps, he stays far away, because now he knows some rules are not for order. They are for the snake to see clearly. The end. If you listened till this point, you clearly enjoyed the story. Please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel so that I may grow and so that I may be encouraged to continue making these stories for you. I post 2 to 3 videos a week, so stay tuned to the channel so that you don't miss out. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, blessed weekend.